Finding our midwife. Interesting process, but it was made much easier because we were already locked in with a network of people who had already experienced home births. So we had a criteria. Based off our criteria, we narrowed down who were the best candidates. And then after we narrowed down the best candidates, we decided that who we were going to go with based off pros and cons. All right, so firstly, create your preferences and non-negotiables. Remember, preferences are just that. That's what you prefer. You want to be flexible with preferences. The non-negotiables, those are the ones that you're not going to be flexible with. You and your partner need to be very clear on that and determine what's a preference, what's a non-negotiable. Come up with your list. Of course, your preference list should be much longer than your non-negotiable list. And you should have things that you prefer. I'll give you an example. One of our preferences was to have a female midwife of color. Of course, we are flexible with that. But a non-negotiable is someone who may have companionship limitations. And that brings us to my next statement of companionship limitations. I wanted to know how many people can be in the space when you're birthing. If there are going to be limitations, I need to know as soon as possible because in my first two births, there were not limitations and I was able to be on Zoom. I was able to vlog, and obviously I'm vlogging this experience. So I want to make sure that the person is open to that. And I need people around me that can help me, be there for me, and cheer me on. The next thing is your emergency plan. Like, how do you handle emergency situations? How do you, what is your team equipped to do in a case of emergency? And how would you prepare me and my family in case of emergency? Being proactive to me and already have a plan is much more important than waiting until. I like to know what's going on. I'm going to be in labor. I don't want any surprises because natural surprises happen. I don't want any surprises from my birthing team. The next question is prenatal care. What will the prenatal care look like? Do I come to your office? Do I come to you? Do I meet you at a hospital? Do you come to my home? What are we going to be doing in the prenatal appointments? What are the expectations, etc.? What kind of insurance do you take? And payment. Of course, we all talking about money here. And you need to budget because there are going to be some out-of-pocket expenses because the hospital typically takes care of a lot of expenses and also trumps up some of the expenses because of your care. And they are equipped to handle an emergency in real time. So we want to make sure that everyone is on the same page as far as finances and insurance and what's owed, what's due, when it's due, etc. And then last but not least, afterbirth care. How will you be assisting after birth? Will you be cleaning up? Will you be taking the pool down that day or days later? Will you come visit after I have the baby? How long do you stay? All of these questions need answers. So here in Maryland, there aren't really a lot of midwives that are certified or equipped to do home births. In addition to that, there aren't really many women of color that are midwives and equipped or certified to do home births. So in my search, I found a very reliable, very experienced midwife who is amazing. She birthed my last son. She's going to be birthing this son. And she has, like I said, a lot of experience. My first appointment with her, I will never forget how amazing it was. We sat and talked for like an hour and a half. She really got to know me and my family and just like what my expectations are. I mean, it was like talking to an old friend. So naturally, I'm going to use her again for this birth. My prenatal care with this birth has been, again, just like catching up with an old friend. She hasn't been around for like 3 years, so same situation. Not much has changed with her expectations. The payment has changed, but the price has gone up, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, I'm just really excited about the birthing journey, and I'm gonna vlog my final appointment, which is tomorrow. I'm gonna vlog my final appointment, so stay tuned for that, because I know this one's gonna be my last one before this baby comes.